Russell T Davies basically invented the format of modern Doctor Who, building up mysteries throughout each season before bringing them all to a head in the big two-part finale. His successors kept things going in much the same way, except Moffat's plots were a lot more complicated and Chibnall's attempts were much less successful. And now Davies is back. He's given us another classic two-part season finale. And this episode is really just setting things up for the big ending next week. It's not remotely satisfying by itself, but it does leave you wanting more. The episode wastes no time in getting the Doctor back to unit for the first time since The Giggle. As I said when I reviewed that episode, it's the perfect setup for a spin-off series, which still has yet to be officially announced, with great big sets and a likeable, interesting cast who can be supplemented by any former companions they may wish to bring in. Bonnie Langford is back as Mel, and once again she is much stronger than she was back in the 80s, possibly because she's been written as an actual three-dimensional character this time. Rose Noble is also back, for no apparent reason, but her instant friendship with Ruby is quite sweet, and I wouldn't mind if they kept that going. We also get Lenny Rush as Boris, who's the latest in a long line of unit scientific advisors, which makes you wonder what happened to Shirley Ann Bingham. Did she suffer a terrible fate, or is it just cheaper to use child labour? The mystery of Susan Twist appearing in every episode since Wild Blue Yonder is finally brought to the front here. It's still not entirely clear why she's been scattered throughout all of time and space, but we do know now that she's not the Doctor's granddaughter. I wasn't really expecting her to be, as Carol Ann Ford is still working, and it would be nice to get her back for at least one scene. And she's 84 now, so they should probably do it as soon as they can. I did like the scene where the Doctor talks to Kate about Susan. Ncuti Gatwa is much better in quieter scenes like this than when he's being all loud and showing off. This Doctor is a lot more emotional than most of them, so it would be appropriate for him to be the one who's reunited with his granddaughter after all these years. And I do like the intriguing idea that Susan's parents may not have even been born yet. It would certainly be interesting if they finally managed to tie up that loose end after all these years. The other big mystery of the season is the identity of Ruby's mother, and after spending most of the episode investigating, we're still no closer to finding out. The time window they used is a great visual, like a low-tech holodeck, and the grainy VHS-style environment provides a suitably disturbing setting for the villain to manifest itself. But after all that, we still have no idea who Ruby's mother is, or indeed who Mrs. Flood is. So hopefully they're saving those revelations for the finale. The entire episode is building up to the reveal that Sutekh is the one who waits, the mysterious evil force who's been lurking in the background this whole time. It's a reveal firmly targeted at the long-term fans, as Sutekh's only previously appeared in Pyramids of Mars in 1975 and hasn't been mentioned since. Presumably next week's episode of Tales from the TARDIS will recap that story, or you can just watch my review of it by checking the link in the description. Sutekh has always been highly thought of by the fans and has appeared in countless books and audios, but I've always thought he was a bit overrated, as he was always stuck on Mars and unable to move. But now that he can manifest himself as a big CGI dog-horse thing, I guess he's a bit scarier. Plus Gabriel Wolf's voice is wonderfully evil, and the fact that he can still do it at 91 is reason enough to bring him back. Sutekh's plans don't make a great deal of sense so far. Obviously the Triad technology being given away for free to the whole world is a big part of it, but taunting the Doctor by naming his herald after his granddaughter and calling the technology an anagram of TARDIS seems a bit out of character. And exactly how he managed to manifest himself through a VHS tape is another mystery, another in a long line of things to be explained next time. And I guess if they'd established that the time window was built using Triad technology, then that might have tied together the two halves of the plot, but if they did that, then it must have been a throwaway line that I missed. Overall, it's very atmospheric, with a rising sense of dread throughout, but really it's all set up with no payoff. In the future we'll be able to watch both parts of this back to back, and it won't matter that the setup was less than great, so hopefully the finale will make up for it. We'll find out next week, so subscribe to find out what I think of the final episode. I may do a video on Tales from the TARDIS as well, if there's enough new material included. It certainly looks like there's going to be some sort of link with the memory TARDIS from that series appearing in next week's episode, so I look forward to seeing what's going on there. So, see you next time.